I'm like, I can't imagine having done that, really.
The former couple, Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis, seem to be having quite some trouble working out a custody plan as they deal with the fallout from Jason publicly humiliating Olivia while she was in the middle of an on-camera presentation. Being a celebrity may be challenging because while it's a dream that might lead to amazing opportunities, it also makes things like one's private life very public. When it comes to celebrity breakups, this is particularly accurate. Since their breakup, Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis have been in the news frequently. Now Wilde's current boyfriend Harry Styles is disclosing Jason's treatment of Olivia, and we assure you that it is B for bad. According to a source close to Entertainment Tonight, Jason and Olivia have a really weird connection at the moment. They make an effort to keep their interactions to a minimum, but they both care deeply about their children. For the benefit of their children, they are attempting to establish a workable, stable, and healthy co-parenting routine and timetable. However, it is not what it seems. Additionally, US Weekly reports that a recent decision dismissing Jason's petition to have his and Olivia's custody case transferred from California to New York stated that both Judge Powell and this referee agreed that New York was not the home state of the subject children. Rather, California was the children's home state. As New York is not the state where the subject children reside, the court concluded that it lacks jurisdiction to consider the custody petitions. But how did the two end up in court, when everything seemed to make so much sense? An insider close to the former couple claims that the couple's lifestyle of living on both coasts contributed to their breakup. Of course, there were arguments and fights over career decisions and where to live. Like most couples, they had disagreements. They were bi-coastal, but Jason loved living in New York, and Olivia, who was born in NYC, was leaning more towards Los Angeles, the insider stated to us. She was also busier than him at times, which was difficult at times. They butted heads on many occasions and decided it was the best to go their separate ways, the source concluded. Bottom line, they had issues and they were never going to get married. Olivia Wilde has been in the news constantly since she took the stage during a panel and received court documents from her now ex-husband, Jason Sudeikis. Wilde's ex-husband allegedly attended to threaten and shame her in front of others, as expressed by Olivia herself. According to the latest court record that Wilde received, she thinks that Sudeikis employed outrageous legal techniques to purposely humiliate her. The Booksmart director allegedly stated, "Jason's actions were intended to threaten me and catch me off guard," she continued. "He could have served me discreetly, but instead he chose to serve me in the most aggressive manner possible." Wilde also stated that her ex-husband was deliberately trying to air out details about their intimate matters to the public, which is unfair to their two children, Otis 8 and Daisy 5. Additionally, Harry has also spoken up in defense of Olivia and what she has recently been subjected to, and why he has denied his relationship with her. Although he did not specifically mention Jason, he still had a lot to say. "I've never talked about my life away from work publicly and found that it's benefited me positively," Harry told The Bazaar in an interview. "There's always going to be a version of a narrative, and I think I just decided I wasn't going to spend the time trying to correct it or redirect it in some way." He further added, "Some people say you've only publicly been with a woman, and I don't think I've publicly been with anyone. If someone takes a picture of you with someone, it doesn't mean you're choosing to have a public relationship or something." Is Harry trying to protect Olivia from further scrutiny, as there is a huge age gap between Harry and Olivia, and also because she's in the middle of a messy divorce settlement? Could be. Following their divorce, Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis engaged in several court battles over the custody of their children and the location of their future home. During Wilde's CinemaCon presentation of her forthcoming film, Don't Worry Darling, things became heated when she received custody papers in front of a huge audience, with cameras directed entirely towards her. The two directors are co-parenting without really communicating with one another, the People claims. But could it be that the public humiliation was a gesture done consciously by Wilde's former husband, Jason, to provoke her into giving a reaction he can use in court for their children's custody battle? While Olivia has slammed Jason for publicly humiliating her and wrecking her self-esteem, Jason has also expressed his 2 cents on the entire situation. In his defense, Jason states that he was only trying to avoid his children getting involved in the divorce settlement situation, which is why he wanted to make sure Olivia received the papers when the children were not present. In his own words, Jason stated, "I understand that the process server had only done her job. However, I deeply regret what happened. Olivia's talk was an important event for Olivia, both professionally and personally, and I am very, very sorry that the incident marred her special moment." Are you sure about that, Jason? Well, it does look like he might just be telling the truth. How? Well, let's take a look. Shortly after the delivery of the custody papers, a representative from Jason Sudeikis said the actor did not know the papers would be served in a public forum, in front of industry insiders at the Starry Conference in Las Vegas. Mr. Sudeikis had no prior knowledge of the time or places that the envelope would have been delivered, as this would be solely up to the process service company involved, and he would never condone her being served in such an inappropriate manner, the spokesperson stated. However, Olivia doesn't seem to agree with the spokesperson, as she felt like she was publicly exposed to disgrace and hurt. "It was my workplace," Olivia Wilde told Variety of the incident, without naming Jason Sudeikis. "In any other workplace, it would have been seen as an attack. It was really upsetting. It shouldn't have been able to happen. There was a huge breach in security, which is really scary. The hurdles that you had to jump through to get into that room with several badges, plus special COVID tests that had to be taken days in advance, which gave you wristbands that were necessary to gain access to the event. This was something that required forethought." Well, it does make a lot of sense, doesn't it? And while Harry Styles has prominently mentioned that he won't be commenting on his intimate relationship details with Wilde, the couple has recently opened up about the online abuse and toxic negativity that both have been exposed to by trolls. When discussing social media and its impacts with Rolling Stone, Styles called Twitter a shitstorm of people trying to be horrible to others, and admitted that sometimes other people blur the lines for you, despite the boundaries he's established between his public and private lives. Moreover, addressing the pressure his fame places on his personal relationships, Styles said, "Can you imagine going on a second date with someone and being like, okay, there's this corner of the thing, and they're going to say this, and it's going to be really crazy, and they're going to be really mean, and it's not real. But anyway, what do you want to eat?" It's obviously a difficult feeling to feel, like being close to me means you're at the ransom of a corner of Twitter or something. I just wanted to sing. I didn't want to get into it if I was going to hurt people like that, Harry concluded. Well, he surely is a sweetheart trying to protect the people he loves so much. So where can we find men like Harry Styles, you guys? In an interview for Styles' profile, Wilde also stated that the majority of his followers were truly kind individuals. However, Olivia did comment, "What I don't understand about the cruelty you're referencing is that kind of toxic negativity is the antithesis of Harry and everything he puts out there. I don't personally believe the hateful energy defines his fanbase at all. The majority of them are true champions of kindness." With everything that's been going on with Olivia being publicly humiliated by her ex-husband and Harry trying to protect her by limiting their public appearance together, it's important to keep in mind that celebrities are also people. People who have to deal with the painful consequences of seemingly careless comments or critical videos that fans make. Fans have no say in who their favorite celebrities should date when they have a parasocial connection with them, especially if the relationship is romantic and involves two consenting individuals of legal age. We can only hope that more celebrities like Harry Styles will hold their poisonous fans responsible for their actions, as he has actively protected Olivia from online trolls. While we wish that Jason and Olivia sort their custody battle for the kids out in the most civil way possible, we also wish Harry and Olivia a happy relationship together. That's all for today, folks. However, do let us know whether or not Harry should be more physically present for Olivia's children's custody battle. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.